Security operatives manning a checkpoint some meters away from the Federal High Court, Abuja, hours before the arraignment of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. They are also manning the gate of the court and scrutinizing those accredited before being granted access. Only a few journalists are admitted. Inside the courtroom, the legal teams are seated, waiting for the business of the day. There is, however, an addition to the defense team, with Chief Mike Ozekome, a senior advocate of Nigeria, now leading the defense.
How are you?
At exactly 9:50 a.m., the IPOB leader, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, is brought into the courtroom by security operatives. He exchanges pleasantries with his legal team and then his family members before the proceedings commenced. The federal government had filed fresh terrorism charges against Mr. Nnamdi Kanu on Monday, increasing the initial 7 counts against him to 15. But Mr. Kanu, through his new lead counsel, Chief Mike Ozekome's son, alleges that the federal government had breached the principle of fair hearing with the way and manner the new charge was brought, and that he cannot proceed to take plea in the charges, as he prayed the court to adjourn the arraignment to enable him study and prepare for defense as required by the law. The prosecution counsel, Mr. Labaran Magaji, did not object to the request, and Justice Binta Inyako adjourned to Wednesday, January the 19th, 2022. She also ordered that Mr. Kanu and his lawyers be allowed to interface in the courtroom before taking him to the custody of the Department of State Services, and that he should be allowed to change his clothes. Outside the courtroom, both the prosecution and defense counsels speak to journalists on the development.
Law requires that charges can be amended and filed even on the eve of the judgment of any case. So the mere refusal to take the plea today is one of the several antics employed by the defendants to delay this case.
We were served some minutes to 10 a.m. yesterday a 15-count amended charge for a case coming up today, whereas the last date of adjournment was 2nd of December. So they had well over 1.5 months to have done that and served us. They didn't. So I believe that was intended to frustrate today's proceedings.
Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is facing trial on charges bordering on alleged treasonable felony and terrorism. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.